Sporadic protests have erupted in the Indian state of Assam and Tamil Nadu against a citizenship law that has been criticized for discriminating against Muslims. The Communist Party of India in Kerala also called for statewide protests. Protesters shouted slogans against the law. Some even burnt copies of the legislation. Known as the Citizenship Amendment Act, the law grants Indian citizenship to non-Muslim refugees from neighbouring countries. Critics have repeatedly called it discriminatory, as it excludes Muslims and raises questions over the secular ethos of the nation. The BJP-led government has denied these claims, saying the law is meant to grant citizenship, not take it away from anyone. The rules for implementation were not drafted earlier due to nationwide protests in December 2019. The timing of its enactment, just days before a general election is announced, has fueled criticism from opposition parties. They claim the move is calculated to polarize voters, especially in border areas such as West Bengal and Assam, where many fear the law can trigger an influx of migration. Priyata Brajabasi joins us live from New Delhi with more. What's the latest on the protests?
The decision by the Indian government to implement the Citizenship Amendment Act, or CAA, just weeks before the general elections has seen sharp criticism from critics as well as opposition in the country. In the state of Assam in northeast India, the state is on high alert. Remember, it was one of the epicenters of the protest in 2019, of anti-CAA protests in 2019. But remember, the nature of the anti-CAA sentiment differs from differs in different parts of the country. In Assam, for instance, the fear is about an increase in influx of migrants from Bangladesh who will seek Indian citizenship. And of course, the Assam police has said that the city of Guwahati is on high alert and have in fact warned protesters from damaging property, something that we had seen a lot of during the 2019 protests. Now, coming to protests in other parts of the country, specifically in capital New Delhi, here the anti-CAA sentiment is over the alleged discriminatory nature of CAA that denies citizenship to Muslim migrants. Now, of course, in 2020, the national capital saw massive violent protests that led to the death of several protesters and also left hundreds of protesters injured. That was followed by massive sit-in demonstrations in different parts of the city, and that left different parts of the city at total standstill. And that is something that is being anticipated in the national capital in the coming days as well. And that is something that the government is taking precautions against. And we are seeing that Delhi is on high alert. Security forces are patrolling the sensitive areas in New Delhi where protests took place the last time around. And like you mentioned, there are anticipation of protests going on or to have taken place in the coming days as well.
Priyata, the timing being called into question, what impact could the citizenship law implementation have on the upcoming general elections?
That is an interesting question, because critics and opposition have definitely questioned the timing of this decision by the Indian government. And political analysts saying that the government took about 4 years to draft new laws for the Citizenship Amendment Act, and their decision to do that right now, they say, is a message that the government is trying to send the voters of the country, saying that they have fulfilled all of their poll promises, and that is something that they want to do before the elections as well. Now, some critics are saying that this is an attempt by the Bharatiya Janata Party to polarize voters before the election, something that critics say has worked in the favor of the party in past elections as well. Some critics are also saying that this is a distraction by the government to distract voters from the controversial electoral bond scheme, because of which the government has come under a lot of scrutiny and has been facing criticism. But the government of India has denied all of these allegations. They say that the intent of the CAA is not to take away anybody's citizenship, but to grant citizenship to persecuted minorities in neighboring countries. And of course, the political analysts say that this decision by the government is not going to have any sort of an adverse impact on the election campaign of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
All right, many thanks for that. Priyata Brajabasi reporting live from New Delhi.